You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
Before you sign anything in Korea's property market, Seoul just had an election, and the rules for urban redevelopment changed overnight. 3 things you need to know. 1. Mayor Oh Se-hoon's re-election just unlocked dozens of stalled redevelopment projects across Seoul. 2. Villa monthly rents in Seoul are up 19.5% on average renewal contracts this year, and 4.1% of renewals saw rents double. 3. The supply collapse is structural. Seoul villa completions fell 81.5% from 2021 to 2025, from 23,389 units down to just 4,329. It's Thursday, June 11th. Let's look at what's happening in Korea's property market. Mayor Oh Se-hoon won re-election in the June 3rd local elections. He is the architect of the Sindang, or Rapid Integration Planning, framework, which fast-tracks urban redevelopment approvals through city government coordination. Multiple districts that had paused their redevelopment applications in anticipation of a possible mayoral change are now moving again. Yongdu District 7 in Dongdaemun-gu, Sindang District 13 in Yongdu, and Changshin Districts 9 and 10 in Yongno-gu all resumed activity within days of the election result. Here's what the numbers show. The Yongdu District 7 project had been rejected twice before, in 2024 and in February 2026, due to competing preferences among property owners between Sindang and alternative urban development approaches. With Oh's re-election, residents backing alternative development frameworks are switching sides. The District Council expects to file a third application within June. Sindang 2.0 now extends city support all the way through the management and disposition stage, a significant expansion that shortens total project timelines. Sindang District 10, the first project under this framework, received its cooperative organization approval in just 6 months after district designation, roughly 3 years faster than the standard timeline. Seoul villa completions fell 81.5% between 2021 and 2025, from 23,389 units to 4,329 units, according to the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport. New construction starts dropped 80.6% over the same period. Permit approvals collapsed 78%. The vacancy crunch is already showing up in rental data. Monthly rent renewal contracts for villas, Korea's term for walk-up multifamily housing, jumped from 19.6% of all transactions in January to 29.9% in May. That is a 10.4 percentage point increase in 5 months. Among the 3,424 same deposit renewal contracts signed this year without invoking the legal 5% cap, average rent increases ran 19.5%. Of those, 65.9% exceeded the 5% threshold, and 141 contracts, 4.1% of the total, showed rent increases of 100% or more. One documented example, a 84 square meter unit in Hagyodong, Nowon-gu, Seoul saw monthly rent double from 700,000 won to 1.4 million won, approximately 500 to 1,000 US dollars, on a straight renewal with no deposit change. So what does this mean for foreign investors and residents in Korean property? Earlier, we noted that the supply collapse is structural. Completions, starts, and permits are all down roughly 80% from 2021 peaks, and there is no near-term reversal in sight. This means the rental pressure you're seeing now is not a short-term distortion. It is the structural baseline until new supply comes through, which could take 4 to 5 years minimum. The redevelopment acceleration under Mayor Oh addresses the long-term supply pipeline, but that pipeline will not produce units for at least 5 to 10 years. For anyone currently renting a villa in Seoul, the practical implication is that lease renewals will carry material rent increases unless the legal cap is invoked, and invoking the cap uses up the tenant's one-time renewal right. What to watch? First, Sindang District 13's boundary revision decision, expected by end of June, which will determine whether it proceeds via Sindang or an alternative framework, a test case for the mayor's policy momentum. Second, Korea's Bank of Korea rate decision, scheduled for next month, which will affect mortgage affordability and the jobs-to-purchase conversion calculus for existing tenants. Third, the Ministry of Land's next monthly rental transaction data release, which will show whether the May renewal surge, 29.9%, continues into June. That's today's AI Prism, Real Estate. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Juan Ifrah award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.